customer experience is the next competitive battleground. Are we really fighting a battle then? Well, the pandemic has brought many positive changes, so as to say. And one of them for sure is the undisputed accelerated digital transformation. Well, it may appear cliched, but the gospel truthfulness of the way I have treated you creates that difference. And today's consumer is for sure a discerning one. Well, a hearty welcome to the second edition of the Economic Times Virtual CX Summit 2021, where we will reimagine the customer experience with the changing world. And on that note, of course, let's give it a promising start with a keynote address. Our keynote address is about rebooting FMCG, leading businesses at a time of changing customer expectations. Allow me to warmly welcome our speaker, Sunil Kumar Satyanarayanan, the country president, India and regional director, packaging, EMEA from Henkel Adhesives.
Thank you very much for inviting me and for this opportunity. It is important for me to start by saying that when we talk about leading the businesses in these challenging times, we believe at Henkel as a family that internally our own people and team members are very, very important. And once you are having a very happy, caring team, then automatically you can translate results of doing things externally too. For us, the key bit is from first and foremost is the customer value that we are able to generate, which is the center of everything, or we call the customer, that part is the core. And along with that, we have a very clear three pillars on building the competitive edge, which is around digitalization, innovation, and sustainability. When you lead a business, there are many common points which are relevant, in different forms, whether it is FMCG, B2B, or any other forms of route to market, as we can call. So I would like to use our leadership commitments framework to kind of tell how we have been leading the business both internally and externally. And there are four pillars, on which we have been working. The four pillars that we talk about is we act as entrepreneurs, we collaborate as strong teams, we develop people with passion, and we own our results. When the pandemic hit us and the initial months and quarters, we started really trying to see how much more and more we can go into digital learning and digital operations. And when I mean by digital operations, I'm talking about even involving the customer and trying to get them onto various topics that we want to cover, which we were not able to do much, let us say, even before the pre-pandemic. Let's say it could be a new products, or it could be insights, or it could be some do's and don'ts that they want to do. For me, the customer journey, leading business, everything finally comes down to how genuine you are at the end of the day. With that, thank you very much.
I think the most important facet is the understanding of the fact that the Indian customer is no longer subservient to brands and services. I think that's the most important point I wanted to make first. Organizations will need to relook at their marketing strategies fundamentally, move from a product market fit to the product, market, and experience fit. Customers are becoming more and more finicky about the experience that they get. Customer experience is fast emerging as the single biggest differentiator for a brand in today's world. Once there is a realization of this most important fact, the other important points that come into play are, to relook and rethink how you want your customers to be treated fundamentally. How do you understand their customer journeys across channels and design interventions which meet those specific needs that they would have? How can you preempt those needs if possible? How can you predict their preferences if possible? And there are a lot of tools, there are a lot of AI, ML-led interventions that can help you do that. Personalizing content and context in the right measure, really without spooking out your customers, is the way forward in today's world. Using data, technology, automation to drive scale, because that's very important from an Indian perspective. And then a consistent brand experience or customer experience. These are some of the key things of building a great customer experience, connected customer experience. And the last but not least, and one of the most important points, how do you build a collaborative mindset across the organization? Because for delivering a great customer experience, you will have to break down all the organizational silos and put together all the resources from marketing to sales to distribution to digital teams to analytical teams. How do you collaborate across the organization to deliver a seamless experience? That is a big challenge for the CXO community at this point of time. And how will they work in building up all these issues or provide relevant solutions is the key going forward, according to me.
For us, customer experiences always starts with listening to the customer. It's all about understanding what the customers are telling you and activating that feedback to decide where to go. Customer listening is only valuable if it leads to real change. What we've been able to do is to connect the feedback into actionable data so that we can answer these questions about what the big pillars are that drive improvement. But listening alone isn't enough. We all know how frustrating it is to share feedback that is ignored. When you invest in addressing customer needs, not only does it leave you with a better product, but it leaves you with a happier customer. Data has shown that happier customers lead to better business outcomes. Organizations feel the pressure to make every interaction count, but the most mature organizations execute well in two areas that deliver strategic advantage for them. Number one, they have visibility to the process and systems powering the customer journeys. And number two, they deliver consistent experience across every channel, from suppliers to employees, and of course, the customers. Looking ahead in the future, every industry needs to emphasize convenience, from upgrades to personalized services to self-service and much more. New times really require new models. We can't solve the biggest challenge of our lifetime with disconnected systems, processes, and legacy technologies. Businesses need digital operating model. Getting the foundation right will lead to strong digital future for Indian organizations. A major benefit Indian organizations can capitalize in 2022 is the ability to access information and offer the products and services beyond the confines of geography and space. You can expect more of local businesses to go global and serve our customers all over the world.
In our recent customer experience maturity research, 90% of CX leaders across the globe told us that continual innovation is the key to remain competitive. And there are some key trends for companies to consider. The shift to multi-channel is accelerating. Conversational experience is also a must-have. And the final one is that more companies are becoming CX champions. Business leaders have recognized CX as a genuine differentiator. And as a result, they're investing at enormous rates. We've seen a proliferation of messaging platforms in our personal lives. And more recently, this has expanded to business messaging. Interestingly, Indian customers are loving it. In the last 12 months, 93% of Indian customers have reached out to businesses via messaging platforms. Now, of course, the challenge for businesses is piecing it all together and ensuring that agents remain productive. Digitization can definitely help companies to strengthen their experience in a number of ways. Let me outline 3 for you. Number 1, we need to meet customers where they are. Now, messaging allows customers to have choice. They can choose their favorite platform and their favorite messaging provider to connect with businesses, but they can also choose to leave a conversation and pick it up at a later time, whenever or wherever it's most convenient for them. The second is about empowering agents. With a multitude of channels to manage, it's never been more important for service agents to have a single source of truth to manage their workspace. And this powers up agents to multitask across multiple channels and deliver relevance and speed for their customers. And the final one is about adding value with personalized content. Messaging for customer service allows companies to keep the conversation meaningful and relevant. Not only are agents informed with richer context, customers can get what they want faster through capabilities such as automated service flows, bots, or integrated services. And each one of these layers up to become a more powerful, strengthened customer experience overall.
Hello and welcome back to the Economic Times CX Virtual Summit 2021. Let's hear more from customer experience and service leaders about the new trends in delivering a better customer experience.
Automation in CX has been a key enabler for organizations to scale their customer experience across a wide variety of their customers. But it's very important to have these three things in mind while delivering this. One, CX need to be looked at holistically from an omni-channel and omni-modality perspective. Second, CX automation provides a great opportunity for companies to be inclusive, where they are enabling these services to audiences that are multilingual, audiences that have different preferences in terms of their channel to use. So inclusivity is a key component of great customer experience. The third, looking at automation as not just about automating the conversations, but driving end-to-end automation in terms of fulfilling the workflows that arise from these conversations through integration into the core systems and data. Today, CX is primarily human-driven. We see with the power of AI, organizations, one, are able to personalize their interactions at scale. So you are going to see more and more personalization. Second, we are going to see automation and humans working seamlessly together to deliver great experiences. A seamless flow of context across both of them are going to deliver the best experiences. Third, we are going to see more intuitive interfaces emerge, like video chats, AR and VR kind of interactions that consumers can have real life kind of scenarios using AI and automation to deliver great customer experiences. So I'm super excited about how AI is shaping the future of customer experience, and we really can't wait to see what this is going to deliver.
Customer experience is one of the key issues facing a large enterprise today. So when you think about customer experience, there are multiple channels of communication, and the contact center is in the center of customer experience. The biggest issues consumers face is having to deal with waiting for a long time to get to an agent, dealing with confusing menus and sub-menus, and then being bounced around between agents, and then getting to an agent who doesn't have the skill to be able to execute what they want to execute. AI can help in a big way in improving this entire customer experience. This can reduce your overall cost by about 30 to 50%, improve the customer satisfaction by about 30 to 50%, make the agents much more efficient and satisfied so they stay with the contact center and don't leave, essentially, and improve the overall customer experience and improve the customer retention, for the enterprise. So that is the value of AI in a contact center.
Ladies and gentlemen, our fireside chat is titled as Incorporating Technologies like AI Chatbots to Improve the Customer Journey and the Engagement. Will it really make or break the cycle? This fireside chat would be chaired by Mini Gupta, the cybersecurity partner EY India. Well, Mini, it's all over to you with that.
Thanks, Shikha. I'll probably pose my first question to Naveen. AI is no longer a value add, but an essential component of every digital as well as physical program now. And how are you leveraging the same within your organization?
The way that the world is changing and it is a customer need is also changing rapidly. I believe that this artificial intelligence and the bot is going to be the future. It can have enormous, things you can provide and support to consumer and enhance the experience, whether you talk about a sales experience or buying experience. So we have used the bot with the slight experience of AI that we have used for the product category, which was highly technical technology involved. And we found a very good experience of consumer when we talk about a customer satisfaction or NPS score. And that was really encouraging for us to think for the other product category also.
Sanjay, I'll move on to you within your organizations. How are AI chatbots redefining customer engagement?
It's interesting when you're selling a consumer a 5 rupee biscuit, or a noodle or an atta or a milk packet or a juice, I mean, the customer doesn't have a customer service query. You need to engage the customer to either create a repeat or create a differentiator for your brand or create shareability using tools of digital like AI. The role is very, very different. It is to create engagement, it is to create a value proposition, it is to give knowledge and not solve a credit card issue, for example, for a customer.
And Sanjay, are there any risks that you perceive while you're using these newer technologies?
So, I mean, yes, the biggest thing is you need to take customer, let's say, approval for using and storing his or her data. And that is very important from our perspective, because we all know that how much of the data authenticity or data correctness is there. So I think the problem may not be from FMCG in terms of the data's, let's say, security, as much as for getting consumer okay for using the data for remarketing or for reaching out. I think that is the big problem.
What next in the field of enhanced customer experience and engagement? What new technologies, what new trends do you perceive or would like to see? Naveen, your perspective?
So in the future, I believe the conversational intelligence will play an important role, like humanoid, where that a person bot or a video bot or that is also there, but that will evolve further. You have a person in front of you who can sense, who can understand your sentiments, understand your feeling, and accordingly, based on the AI, can treat you as a buddy. So you will be more comfortable, like as if you are talking to a human being. And I feel that is going to be the future state.
Super. So thank you so much for your perspective, Sanjay and Naveen. It was wonderful interacting with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And with that, leading you all into the panel discussion that's coming up. And when we talk about 2021, that has already seen digital adoption in accelerated mode. Forget decent, ladies and gentlemen. Organizations are now looking to escalate their digital experiential peak for their customers. And Samik, over to you with that.
Piyush, how do you see customer experience and expectation that has changed in the last 15 months?
Pandemic has certainly, changed the way we behave, right? Our mindset has changed over the last 15 odd months, right? It has two dimensions. First is about how do you consume, and second is what do we consume, right? Now, there is when I say what do you consume or as a consumer, there is a huge shift which has happened, right? And this has happened across gender, age, geography. And the biggest nudge to this change is safety, right? That played upon all of us as a consumer, as a marketeer, as a professional, right? So look at in our category where we used to, sell 1 rupee, candy. Now people are talking about fortification of candies. The other one is digital was always there, but safety is given it a biggest nudge, right? And I would want to put it into what I call a 3C theory, right? First is comfort. That's when technology came and I said that, like, can I shop in from my home? Can I get it delivered at my home? That's the biggest one, which is, can I do it my way? The second one is choice. And third is about customization, right? So in my experience, there are a lot that has happened during pandemic and there are a lot that is going to stay here.
Ashima, so any experience that you would like to share?
Pandemic, as we saw, it was a big game changer for pivoting of a lot of expectations and a lot of product offering for the customers and for the companies also. So what we saw that pandemic not only changed customer experience, but it also changed the customer demographic. It allowed a lot of users who were not earlier buying from e-commerce. So there are certain set of customers who are used to buying, who are trained, but then you had new customers added to the platform. So the customer experience expectations not only changed from what the existing customers want, but the needs of the new customers were added. And the pandemic increased the whole experience for sellers, the way it added more customers, it added more sellers also on the platform. These new sellers came from different walks of life, the new product that they were offering. So for companies like Amazon and other e-commerce platforms, it was difficult to filter out the product quality for these products, because at the end, that mattered on customer experience.
Coming to Tina, you're in a business which kind of in the lockdown totally got grounded. So customer engagement or customer experience from a high came to absolute low. In such a situation, what strategy you had to keep still engaging with clients so that when things become normal, you can give them back the same experience?
Pandemic brought in a lot of changes. One, during the lockdown, we were completely grounded, and even when we started, we really had to ensure, that customers gain that kind of a confidence that, it is safe and hygienic, and all COVID protocols are followed, when they're traveling. So we had to do a lot of reassurance and redoing a lot of things, a lot of focus on safety, health safety specifically, and following of COVID guidelines so that they feel safe when they're traveling together to another destination. So the focus entirely shifted from, a personalized service to making the customers feel safe. So that was during the travel period. But then I think a lot of focus we brought in as far as the communication piece is concerned. So because you need to keep customers informed, because there were so many changes in terms of travel guidelines and state guidelines, and you RT-PCR test, not only for domestics, for international air bubble travel also. So communication also gained a lot of importance during these times, and we had to find out different tools to ensure that our customers are updated. During the lockdown period, our volumes had almost increased 5 times, and it was very difficult to service customers. So there we took help of technology to service our customers.
Katie, customer experience is going to change, evolve with every product and services that you're looking about. What kind of conversations were you all having, with your customers who are looking to buy products and services from you?
Today, you might not be able to differentiate because your product catalog is very similar or same to what your nearest competition is. So how do you differentiate on products? You can't differentiate on products, you can't differentiate with experiences. That means everybody is trying to create the beautiful customer experiences that they want to get the share of wallet of a customer. So the businesses have moved into what I call experience economy, where the products and services are behind, but experience in the forefront of everything that they do.
Jacob, what were some of the challenges that you also faced with that? Because, as you become digital, as you have a lot of data coming in, there's also a question about data privacy. How you were leveraging some of these, trends that were evolving?
Our clients' concern primarily are twofold. One, when I am trusting so much of data across their customer journey. So the systems that we build had to be extremely secure from the standpoint to even kind of cater to the needs of these businesses, because we are dealing with banks, we are dealing with insurance companies, and we are dealing with e-tailers. And what this also led to as an opportunity is basically with this data, we could cut across the barriers of demography, geography, language, time, and channel, and essentially bring in the components of the data that we had about the customer and be able to kind of help give very meaningful and personalized experiences to these customers.
Let me come to Namita. Namita, I think CDO was in midst of every conversation in boardroom, and every businesses were trying to tell you, how do we become more adaptive, creative, and resilient? Does this kind of echo with some of the experiences that you went through?
In the role of a CDO, I had to wear 3 or 4 different hats. The first hat was really around innovation. Looking at innovating, what kind of products we were coming out with. So I think that whole innovation around that, understanding what is it that the customer needs, what the market needs, and turning that around. The second role that we had to take on was really in terms of seeing how do we make sure that we are playing the role of a futurist. As we all know, demand and supply both were hugely disrupted. So the view had changed dramatically, Soumik, in terms of looking at playing this futurist role, doing a lot more scenario planning that we had ever done before. to be able to effectively deliver to our customers, on the promised timelines that we had talked about. And I think the third and the last thing, and maybe the most important part, was just the whole mindset shift which happened. The mindset internally which had to shift or got shifted as a result to serve our customers better.
Thanks. I know we have run over time. With that, over to you, Shikha.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was an attempt to build roadmaps from the experience. Thank you very much, Soumik, and thank you to you for weaving the conversations, and to you, panel, for those, I would say, connected conversations that did indeed decode the nuances around the future of CXM, if we talk about.